Thank you for checking out crypto.chartguys.com, the source for technical analysis in the cryptocurrency world. We are proud to announce our own crypto alert system designed to give you the most critical technical trading information possible no matter where you are. Keep your eyes on the market with mobile or email alerts for MACD crosses, RSI levels, and even inside bar alerts for dozens of coins across multiple exchanges. New features and proprietary ChartGuys indicators are already in development. Our alert system is very easy to customize and utilize, so don't hesitate to sign up for the most effective crypto trading tool on the market at crypto.chartguys.com. Hello crypto friends, checking in on Bitcoin Ethereum Litecoin and EOS, and look what I found out. Thanks to some digging after some suggestions, the numbers are nice and big on the right now so we can all see them. And also you can adjust the settings to the YouTube video to 1080 after it has fully processed when it is the recorded version and not the live version. So Bitcoin on the daily time frame still tightening up. Today is certainly a day to exhibit some patience, and easy to do so when there's trading opportunity elsewhere. The Canadian MJ sector today, WEED, ran 10%. Huge opportunity there as well. So I didn't miss crypto much today at all and was actually quite pleased that nothing was going on, so I didn't have to split my attention elsewhere. So what we have is our daily high, low of consolidation, lower high, and we're starting to pull back a little bit. Still looking at exponential support, not a significant pullback, low volume. As long as it looks like this, the bulls are in control. As long as we trade sideways or a slight uptrend, it favors the bulls because we haven't seen any real bearish action aside from that one profit-taking day on this entire move. Everything has been nice and contained aside from that one high volume day. So we're looking at the potential of this daily equilibrium. Just, it's not visually as clear as we're used to, but the high, low, lower high, and if we pull back here and form a higher low, anything above 8,602 would be a higher low to stay in this tightening pattern, which would give us a break likely sometime, I would say, towards the end of this week or on this weekend. 4-hour time frame, we can see that it is healthy consolidation, and I am looking for the potential. The bullish scenario here would be if we form a higher low compared to 9,111, and after that we break this new resistance of 9,331. That's the one bull scenario we could see overnight if the bulls can pull that off, because it's very nice and contained 4-hour lower highs and lower lows. Obviously the bulls would ideally hold higher lows, but when you see a break of support and you don't see significant follow through, you don't see a spike in bear volume, you see the bulls buying the dip, that's a signal. And when you see a key break of resistance without a strong move and strong follow through, that's a signal as well. So we can tell when these breaks, when they're not getting the kind of momentum and follow through, that we need to be a bit more cautious. And we'll look at EOS, an example of that here towards the end. But where we stand right now, if we form that higher low, we'll have a real tight pattern to be watching into tonight. The volume is continuously dropping off, and we're going to be watching for a volume spike to increase to signal an increase in activity. So 9,331 resistance, then 9,447, and the support is 9,111 and 9,000 even. Those are the 4 levels that I'm looking at overnight tonight, and just still a little lower high, lower low pattern as of right now. Checking in on Ethereum, held up way better than Bitcoin, and we'll look at that in just a moment, but the daily time frame, same kind of setup, with the high, the low, the pullback, the lower high, and now we're starting to pull back a little bit, but we haven't broken the higher low pattern on the daily time frame yet. So the daily chart is still giving us higher lows each of the last 5 days in a row. And again, just to compare it, we look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke the low of yesterday already, and 2 days ago broke the low of the previous day as well. So Ethereum is holding up better. Same story. We are consolidating. We're at the low of the day, but very healthy overall. Certainly still favoring the daily chart for the bulls. The 4-hour time frame is just topping out now. We have our equilibrium pattern here with our high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high, and a break here occurred when we lost 672.88. So there was a higher low mixed in there. Let's see if we can get some more details on the hourly. So high, low. This was a lower high, higher low, lower high, and there's our bear break the last 2 hours. So it got real tight and then broke bearish. And we have a support left here of 666, followed by 661.37. So we're certainly still correlated to Bitcoin. We're following along, but you can see the 4-hour chart is just now losing the higher lows, where again, as Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame has been giving us lower highs and lower lows over the past day and a half. So just some slight subtle differences, and looking to pull back now and see the same thing, see a daily higher low form. Perhaps the bulls can hold a higher low a little bit stronger in comparison to where Bitcoin can. But either way, they're both doing the same thing as the bottom line, just some slight variations. So if we continue to pull back, we will be looking for this daily nice equilibrium. And I certainly want to see a pullback right now. I'm all cash, patiently waiting. I want to see a pullback. I want to see this daily chart tighten up, and I want to see clear breaks later this week to give us ideally a nice bull entry. But if these daily equilibriums break bearish, then I will be very confident that our weekly lower highs are in. So daily equilibrium is what's on the agenda for the next couple of days. And if it breaks bearish, we're going to look to pull back a little bit down towards the lower 8,000s on Bitcoin, if that is to play out. But a ways to go before we're going to see that. And again, we don't want to be over trading in this environment. The volume is dropping off, the trading ranges are tight, and there's not a ton of opportunity there. So instances like this, we want to take a couple days to be learning or trading other things and not having the urge to overtrade. Litecoin on the daily time frame, same thing, but from a more bearish standpoint, just in the sense that we have our high, low, the lower high did not get that close, and then we're now looking for a pullback to form a higher low. Same kind of equilibrium setup, closing in on a potential bearish MACD cross, volume dropping off. We're grinding this exponential support. And again, just looking at the other names, we're well above it on ETH, and we're above it on Bitcoin, not on Litecoin. We're grinding to try and hold it. So anything above 138.80 will be a higher low on the daily time frame. The 4-hour chart is breaking an equilibrium bearish as well. We had the high, low. There's our lower high, higher low, lower high, bear break as soon as we lost 149 support. So shifting to a bear break into this evening. And the question is, how oversold are we going to get? How much downside are we going to get? What kind of volume are we going to see? And we haven't been oversold on any time frame in quite some time. The 15-minute time frame has not hit under 30 RSI we did one time there. So the bottom line is this is contained. This is what I call contained consolidation, which favors the bulls. EOS USD did pull back. We had an hourly equilibrium pattern to be watching, and we knew we were overbought, and we were just patiently waiting for a break in one direction or the other. So high, low, lower high, higher low, another little lower high, higher low, and we got a bull break, but there wasn't a ton of follow through behind it. And you can see the volume initially started strong, and we even broke the last resistance before the all-time high, but then we had an inside bar break bearish, and then the bear volume really poured on. So stop losses started to trigger when we lost the higher low pattern on the hourly time frame. So the clear red flag was a break of 2006. And if you didn't use the hourly inside bar of 2080, 2006 was that level. So now it's just lower highs and lower lows. We're pulling back significantly as anticipated because we ran so hard. The 4-hour RSI is cooling off substantially. And at this point, we have dropped almost 30% from the high. So the daily chart is in consolidation mode. It's only the first red consolidation candlestick. We could very easily pull back further, but I would look for a bounce, an oversold bounce, when the hourly and the 15-minute RSI are getting oversold, and looks like a bounce is already starting to play out. So this is a scenario. Let's say I was looking to make a trade on EOS, which I'm not right now, but if I were, and I just turned up the screen and turned on the computer, I wouldn't want to rush in and say, oh, I need to get in on this bounce and buy right now, market order in the low 17s to try and see another 20, 30 cents. I would say, all right, I missed that opportunity. If we see a lower high and a lower low on this 15-minute time frame, I know that the hourly time frame is going to get oversold, and I will look for an entry then. And if we bounce and it goes without me, that's fine. I wasn't prepared for this trade. I'm not going to chase it. I got to wait for the trade to come to me, and this is not a comfortable position for me to just turn everything on and instantly jump into something. So that's a scenario right now where I'd be watching this. Okay, if we drop to another lower low sometime in the next hour or two, then we're going to look for hourly oversold RSI and an entry opportunity, because this 4-hour time frame is going to be looking to form a higher low and see a bit more of a bounce on one of these attempts. And look at all this previous support. With all this price action here, this is now going to be a more solid support level. And it's not just a distinct individual level. It's more of a range here. Right around 15, I would be looking for a very solid support level. I don't anticipate to hit 15 before we see a more significant bounce on the 4-hour time frame. But again, just hourly oversold bounce on watch, and trying to form a bullish reversal hammer right now, but the 15-minute time frame is not really doing anything to change the trend. You need higher lows and higher highs to do that. So that's where we stand on all the names. Patience is the name of the game. We have a bunch of people entering bearish positions. That's fine as well, because I am anticipating and we are seeing this pullback on the major three names. And we had ETH with that bear break on the 4-hour equilibrium. We had some people entering bearish on. So either bearish or stop losses in place if you're swing trading and you have more wiggle room with your stops and haven't gotten out of a bull trade yet. Other than that, sitting patiently in cash and waiting for that daily pattern to give us a nice clear break. And I will gladly wait an extra 5 days not trading crypto if I have to while we sit in this tightening pattern, because last time I did that, we saw the huge break and the gains in that month of April were well worth it. I could have not traded for 3 weeks, and you give me 1 week like that and it makes it all worth it. So patience is the name of the game. That's what's on the thumbnail. And that's that. I appreciate you all watching. I hope you all continue to do good things. One thing I was reflecting on is the last time I was here, where I'm currently at in Florida, was a bit of a bummer in terms of my life. The last 10 years has been on a rocket ship. I was imagining my life as a chart, and my life has been wonderful, and it was been like the breakout of Bitcoin. And I was reflecting back to the last time I was here, because some short-term plans fell through, and it was less than a year before starting the chart guys, but it was a kind of okay, now what am I going to do moment? Where am I going to go? Where do I want to live? And things like that. And I was a little bit of a downer, and I was wondering, all right, well, life's been better and better every year now for the last decade. I wonder if I've topped out for now and if that's going to be it. And then it turned out it was just a bull flag, starting the chart guys, heading to Asheville, all that stuff. So it's important to remember that nothing goes straight up, just like a chart. If we're overbought in happiness in life, it's not going to continue like that, and we're going to have ups and downs. And it's important that we keep those downs healthy and nice healthy consolidation, and we don't let increasing bear volume take over and a significant dump. But if we can keep our mindset positive and recognize, okay, this is just going through a cycle, and things are going to get better, and looking up and looking positive towards the future, that can definitely have an impact on how long we stay stuck in that mindset. So again, back to yesterday, I talk about stagnant a lot. If you're stagnant with your emotions and you're beating up on yourself and you're in a negative spot and you're latching on to this story that's allowing you to stay negative and to stay helpless, and it's not your fault because of this and because of this, then that makes you the victim. And that's how you can see increasing bear volume on a pullback and lose that uptrend. So it's important to keep our mindset positive even when we are down. Recognize, okay, I'm feeling down, and that's fine. It's completely normal. We know consolidation has to happen, and being able to work ourselves out of that and into a better place. So I appreciate you watching. We'll be back tomorrow for continued coverage. Again, MJ stocks. I've just put out an in-depth US MJ video last night, 20 minutes long. I put out Canadian MJ videos every weekend. Those are all the names that we're looking at and trading. There are US listed tickers that you can look at for the Canadian MJ names. Just Google them. You need a broker like Fidelity or Interactive Brokers if you are international to get an account to set up to start trading. But again, just branching out, and feel free to keep asking these questions. I love how many clueless people there are reaching out about stocks, because that means they're getting into something new and they are looking to broaden their horizons. And it can't hurt, even if you're not trading it right now. Like I said, if you got all your money in cryptocurrency and things are slow, start digging in and looking at the Canadian MJ charts, familiarizing yourself with the companies. It can only benefit you in the longer run. More knowledge is more power. Thanks again. See you tomorrow.